Hey everyone, I'm going to get my screen shared here, and then we'll be doing some dev work today. So I've got I've been trying to get this Python project working, but I don't know if you want to work on some of the C#, Anthony, to switch it up a little bit from Iron Python, or...
You can start with yours.
Okay, we'll see if it works. It might be kind of boring, but...
It's dev work.
Yeah. We can also chat about CrowdStrike being a shit show. Show some memes off if we get bored.
I mean, our dev pipeline can't be worse than CrowdStrike's, so there's that, right?
There is that, and that is 100% true. Why am I...
I mean, I've pushed to production, and you've pushed production, but we've caught it.
Yeah, I mean, also, this was... I don't know if you saw me make the joke on our Discord with Kevin. This is the whole reason that devs or Microsoft introduced PatchGuard to prevent AV from... Not exactly the same thing, but
Yeah,
same concept.
not the same, but and just so everybody knows, we did introduce Invoke Blue Screen of Death earlier this week, so convenient. You can simulate your own blue screens of death at home without having to install CrowdStrike.
Yeah. If you're nostalgic for when XP used to just randomly beside you, you can go do it to yourself.
Or you can run a ransomware simulator, or you can run real ransomware with CrowdStrike.
Wait, CrowdStrike has ransomware?
Well, CrowdStrike is the ransomware.
Oh, gotcha.
The jokes will never get old.
I know.
Looking forward to Black Hat, where we were joking earlier about all the memes that will pop up between now and then at Black Hat.
Yeah, who's gonna... Oh man, this is... I'll talk to Gannon. Maybe we'll just open the merchandise store, and we need to come up with an excellent Cobalt Strike meme shirt to sell. And wait, what the hell? Why did my box just shut down again?
Is it a dev box?
It is, but it's been working fine. It had a forced update, and I didn't install Cobalt or CrowdStrike on it.
So Jake, if it's the dev box, remember it has a timer,
Well,
and the
yeah,
timer
I
the
literally
timer
just
is
turned it on as we
well,
started. It's been on for 2 minutes.
the timer is independent of all that other stuff.
No, I understand, but it's been on for a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, it's independent of all that, and it's random. It's like you don't
Well,
actually use the dev box for anything besides the 90 days that you get for free.
I would have put in a new one if Microsoft hadn't broke their downloads for VMware already.
We're seeing a pattern this week.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we might need to fix that, Anthony.
Fix what?
The alert bot generates like 5 alerts when we start streaming because of
All the different platforms?
all the different platforms. So
I mean, it is what it is.
that's fair.
You're now alerted.
Okay, so let's open PowerShell back up. This box is being highly uncooperative today. Okay, so we got Python installed. I did finally get MinGW working, so I've built the COF loader for this project. And I guess I should reopen it and show everyone the project we're working on. That would make sense, right? Where'd it go? No, stop it. So this guy wrote an in-memory BOF. It says it's loading BOFs in Python with pure reflection.
Mm-hmm.
but he is still compiling this trusted set cough loader and then loading that and then using the trusted set cough loader. So I don't know if we want to do it this way, but if this works, it at least is an option to
I
run.
mean, it's worth a try.
Yeah. So I did get the thing built, so now I just gotta go download trusted set coughs, and we'll see if this even runs because none of the other ones run.
Story of my life. It's most
Yeah.
projects.
The other thing I wanted to check was this guy in his like another file, another thing he built for like Sliver has that I hadn't seen us test yet has a shellcode injector in Python.
Ah,
Because if people weren't on last stream, Python right now, I'm not sure if it's our Python version or what, but every Python injector that Anthony and I have written and or tested causes the parent process to crash. So
is it a shellcode injector or a shellcode runner? Because runner, I could get the runner to work. I could not get the injector to work.
I thought it was an injector. Hold on, we'll go check after this. Um, oh, and then what whiskey are you going to be drinking tonight?
I picked up stuff from AM Scott's. I
Wait,
have not had.
that's the bourbon.
Yeah, AM Scott's bourbon whiskey, barrel
Wait, hold
proof.
on, I'm not looking at the stream. I need to see what this is. I've never heard of it. Where's it? What's it? Where's it distilled?
It is distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, bottled in Troy.
So it's MGP.
MGP. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Single barrel proof.
nice. How
Um,
does it say how old it is?
this is 4 years,
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
not super long,
Yeah.
uh, but this was a barrel pick. Barrel number 37, and then it's bottle number 83 of 218.
Actually, I need to. I'll be right back. I forgot to grab a Glencairn, and I'll pour myself some.
Well, Jake's walking off. I am fixing Empire because I pushed to production. Well, I'll say alpha production because it's not fully released yet, but the C# agent had a bug in it where the task numbers didn't line up. So when you went to go get results, none of them lined up. So now you couldn't actually do any taskings.
Yeah, it
Only
looks like it worked for me, Anthony, when I was
the
testing it
fix.
this afternoon.
Awesome. I'm putting up a pull request for that then.
So
Hopefully that fixes it.
I'm house sitting for my brother right now, so I'm raiding his cabinet, and he has a 2019 Elijah Craig barrel proof, so he needs to drink this more often.
If there's any left.
I'm not gonna drink that much; I would die. This stuff's 68.42%.
Oh wow, that's a bold one.
Yeah,
This is also a barrel proof. This is 120 proof.
yeah, that's much more reasonable.
Normal.
Yeah. So okay, so we got our buffs now. These are all extracted. Let me go grab my Who Am I buff, which is now everyone's default for testing. Wait, what is it? Oh, there it is.
Some of the most stable things we have now in Empire, I've realized, is some of our BOF modules.
Oh, the buff modules work really well. That runoff thing works super well.
It runs fantastically.
Yeah.
So some of those situational BOFs that we incorporated from TrustedSec, they are beautiful, by the way. So if you're not aware, we have BOFs integrated into Empire now, not just PowerShell scripts, and we also have C# modules and Python. So we have a wide range of modules now that can be ran. So PowerShell Empire is no more. It is just Empire.
Yeah. How's this one? In them buff. Okay. Yeah, we may like with the buff floater as stable as it is, and the some of the other upgrades that you've been working on, we may be able to just like entirely migrate to like Iron Python. very shortly.
Yes, long term, I think my plan is to I don't want to get rid of the PowerShell agent. Um, I mean, if you want to keep the C# agent, I guess. I mean, it doesn't hurt to keep it. It's just like I don't think it adds any value either. But the Iron Python one does for sure. I think having the Iron Python one being the standard would be a nice little improvement.
Okay, so moment of truth here. I'm gonna guess that's not gonna work because none of these have worked yet. Membofpy. Not. How am I? I believe that's how his example works. Python in membof /.o. Yep. Is he running the x86 or the? Oh, it doesn't say. Well, wait. Why is it? Why do I have a? I'm so confused right now.
What?
My command prompt says beacon.
So it's giving you it's for the parameters. I think now you have to put in the parameters.
There are no parameters
Oh,
for the who am I boff.
oh, oh, it ran, right?
Document commands add string, add int, add short, exit, generate, run.
Ah, look at that, it ran. It just gave it back as the string with all the formatting stuff that you gotta parse. But that runs.
So they are running.
Now, how do you make it run inline without doing the shenanigans?
That's an excellent question. Now this is where we go start modifying the project, right? Oh,
Usually,
it is doing that intentional. Okay, so that his example shows it that way.
okay,
This is so he doesn't have a parser for the. So you're right. It's free to enter the your arguments, but he didn't build a parser. He just built a command like a command line loop for you to enter in the arguments.
okay. So you're gonna have to modify it. And the next thing is, can you make all of this packageable so you can load it in memory?
Well, we should be able. So okay, so I guess the next step is let's go look at the actual code and see what he's doing, right?
Yes.
Uh,
All right. Pour
I don't
glass.
care about yeah. Boff run with so he's opening the DLL, which we can do that in memory, right? Because of the way we load reflectively.
You should be able to. Well, you should be able to do it in Iron Python at least.
Yeah, that's what I meant with Iron Python. Yeah.
Anything's power is capable in Iron
Yes.
Python.
So this is his lazy thing where he's just always doing is grabbing the BOF and running the BOF path and opening the BOF path.
Ah, okay. Look at that.
Okay, so do you remember how to do the in memory um, zip file thing?
Not in C sharp. Well, in C sharp, not in Iron Python.
No, in Iron Python.
No, all the code has been in C sharp.
Oh.
It's outside of the interpreter,
Oh.
but that doesn't mean you can't do it in Iron Python because
Yeah, so I think that's the next.
special.
I didn't realize we hadn't been. I should. That makes so much more sense for when I was trying to find it the other day. So
Yeah.
this
So if you
sounds
want,
like.
here I can link you to the location,
Yeah, yeah.
and that way, if you want to pull it up, I can show everybody exactly where.
Yeah, I was trying to find the us doing it in Iron Python the other day. Did you
Okay.
drop it in or no?
Not yet. Getting
Okay.
it now. how to find it first.
Oh, no worries.
Oh.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna have
I
ChatGPT see what it tells me.
I just dropped in useful links
Oh,
for you.
okay.
No, except for there's a. I found a bug in it. something got added twice in here somehow.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, gotta fix that. But you can open the link up that I sent.
Yeah. Oh shit. Fuck.
What?
Oh no, no, you're still there. Never mind. I thought I killed the wrong tab and killed everything in StreamYard. Not everyone was gone. My bad. Okay.
Is that a crying baby in the background?
No, that's my brother's cat. My
Oh.
brother and his wife's cat. Let's see. Come here, kitty. No, oh, he ran away. I was gonna introduce him to the stream, but okay. So it's in here. C# pi.
Yeah, ignore the second one in there. I don't know why it's in there twice. So I got to put up a pull request.
Which second one?
Oh, see how it's in there twice, the clearing? I don't know why the
Oh,
clearing got
yeah, yeah.
duplicated. It was probably a merge conflict and it just did it twice.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the cat that you guys hear in the background. There you go. Say hi, Bug. You're famous now. You can go. He likes attention, but he doesn't like to be held.
Interesting.
And he's a weird cat. Okay. Yeah, so let's just go to ChatGPT. And it'll tell me how to load. This one. How to build an in-memory zip file with Python. I can't type.
It's the lazy way of developing.
Yeah, there's a way to get the path though, right?
To get what?
To create the zip file to be, or well, if we're doing it in the C#, we should
So
be able to do it.
the zip file does not come from the path. The zip file is loaded in memory, remember?
Yeah, but it has to be on the path for us to find it.
Um,
That's where
it's not, but it's not. There is no path to it. That's not how we're loading it. We're loading
you're
the
loading the path right here.
resource. Where?
That's what this meta path importer thing is.
Yes, but you're. So I'm trying to think of a way to explain. It's load. We're playing around with weird C# space. So we have a path, but the path is to a location in memory, but not really memory. It's a location as part of our assembly, if that makes sense. So it's not a real path.
Then how are we able to have IronPython resolve our imports?
Because we're porting it to a pseudo path that is part of our resources, if that makes sense.
Not really, because what I want to be able to do is add a file into this zip and then read it for like the BOF. Like we will upload the BOF, load it into.
So I would not put it into that zip. What I would do is put another resource zip in there of some sort. Call it cough.zip or something. And whatever files you need, theoretically, we should be able to load them in memory somewhere.
Yeah.
The only thing is the sysscope thing is specifically for your library. That's why we clear it, if that makes sense. We clear our sysscope and then we reload it, is because that
Right.
overwrites if IronPython is installed on the system, that overrides the existing IronPython libraries that are on the system to then force ours to be the default.
Yeah. So let's see.
Super simple, obviously. I'm sure that's why everybody's doing it this way. Do you hear my neighbor's dog barking?
No, I can't.
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to
It's
read
driving me
the.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm surprised you can hear your neighbors. Oh, is your dog outside?
No, their dog is outside, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I
Hey,
read something on how
Fawaz.
to do this.
I remember seeing you the other week, so thanks for joining the stream again.
Who joined us?
Just somebody from another week.
Oh.
I have the chats up, so.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, so we're trying. Oh, we got a couple of comments. I missed that. Sorry. It's going well, guys. We're trying to remember how to do in-memory zip file paths
Oh,
so that we
don't
can.
loop me in there. I know what I was talking about. You're just trying to do something different with it, okay? Oh, did you sponsor? Oh, did you have to hit us up on Discord so that way we can make sure you have all the permissions set up, um, so you have access to the sponsor back channel and everything. Oh, but thanks for sponsoring. We appreciate it. Allows us to
Yeah,
do these fun things in their spare time at least.
yeah. And then anyone that's online, we need like 5 more followers on Twitch to get to. I guess we have them saved on YouTube, so it doesn't matter. But if we get 5 more followers on Twitch, then we get to the like affiliate thing, and our videos stay up for like 90 days instead of 70 days for people to rewatch if they want to be able to rewatch them.
What Jake's saying is tell your friends.
We have to do some self promotion occasionally.
Yeah, we're not good at that part. If I could just develop Empire full time, I would. I'll be honest. It's the dream right there.
Okay, so let's go back to this code that he was looking at. Because the other alternative is the BOF is just getting, or not this, the BOF's just getting loaded as a byte string. Should just theoretically be getting passed into the cough loader anyway. So if
why
we
don't you
figure out,
just take? I was gonna say, why don't you just take the byte string base64 encoded and drop it in the file?
well, maybe I can just pass it directly to the conf loader once the DLL is loaded.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, the way I was thinking of it is, why don't you just make it so that gets loaded with the file, like it's an argument at the, because we load every file that we run as a module, we put the arguments in there anyway, right?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Okay, so here's the argument.
So make it a base64 encoded string and then just pass that in.
So he has this beacon pack thing that he said he stole from the conf loader,
Which we're going to steal from him.
which are just building your buffers basically. So that makes sense.
Yes. Oh, and then to clarify this, no, we do a lot more than PowerShell. Come on. We were just joking that we want to deprecate the PowerShell agent and do everything in IronPython.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I do
We
love
need to use.
PowerShell still. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I have a whole soapbox about PowerShell that I can get on that we were talking about on the Scythe thing the other day. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday or 2 days ago. On Wednesday with our Scythe workshop, I did get on my PowerShell soapbox a little bit, but we
Oh,
actually,
you got him started.
yeah, but we actually do use very little PowerShell using Empire anymore. Like when we operate with Empire, we're not really using all that much PowerShell anymore.
Yeah, there's some things that PowerShell does really well, which you kind of can't avoid in some instances. But the majority of like our tradecraft now has evolved into not PowerShell. Actually, a lot of it is now C#, and evolving into a lot more IronPython.
Yeah.
Just because when we run into instances where we want something that's like, we were looking at like if you're looking at like nation state level threats, like the IronPython research that we started was based off of like nation state level implants. So it's like the perfect example of what we could use it for. And it operates in that such weird space of .NET that even well instrumented like networks that heavily monitor everything .NET related, it still tends to get by most of the logging and most of the detections there.
Yeah. So we got asked about what do you do to encrypt Empire in memory? I'm not sure what you mean by that because cryptors are only good for getting you past. So if you're going to run PowerShell or any .NET language, cryptors are only good for getting you past the initial scan of AMSI, if at all. And then you have to unencrypt the code to. So cryptors in general are only good at getting you past like sandboxes and initial AV scans. You have to at some point you have to unencrypt your code to execute it. So there's complications there on what you mean because .NET um, is ran dynamically and executed. It has a just-in-time compiler. Like encrypting, it doesn't really do anything for you for the most part. So
Yeah. So a lot of it you can look at it as YAR rules, like signatures, like those sort of things is what you're looking for. Yeah. And
yeah,
then
so
go
so
ahead.
yes, there's some. So like if you're running basically a beacon, once you're running the beacon has to be unencrypted. You can encrypt parts of the core part of the beacon has to be unencrypted. You can encrypt parts of the beacon to prevent them from being seen. Like if you had Mimikatz pre-built into it, you get to keep the Mimikatz command encrypted until you want to decrypt it and execute it. But in order to execute the code, you have to unencrypt it at some point. That's the whole.
It has to run at some point. It has
Yeah,
to be
it's the
runnable.
whole point of like AMSI is that you have to have unencrypted the code uh, when it's going into the just-in-time compiler, and that's when AMSI is hooking it. There is no way to send encrypted code to AMSI and not and it work because the code can't be executed by the compiler. Um,
So for our
So
like C sharp, so for our C sharp agent, we can add obfuscation. We even it has some encryption built into like, so .NET doesn't have like packing like unmanaged languages like C would have. It has other things it can do, but it can do like encryption of like the file, but the key's still there in some sense. Um,
yes,
or, but for it to run, it has to be decrypted and essentially, I want to call it unobfuscated, but to a certain point where it has to be runnable code, because .NET code is put into this intermediary language that technically when you reverse engineer it, you get the raw code back.
yeah. And so the way, like, if you're talking about YAR rules scanning memory, the way that .NET C2s avoid that is not encryption. They do it through modularity. That's why you have all the, like, if you're using Covenant or Mythic or some of those other ones, all the tasking stuff is to prevent that problematic code from being in memory. So it's not there to be scanned by the YARA rules. You want your, one of the things that we'll probably look at doing is in future releases is skinnying down the default stuff that's already in the Empire agent and converting it into converting it all into taskings. Some of it has to be there. Like if you're like your initial like information gathering for the agent kind of needs to be there, so you know like what kind of tasks to send it and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, yeah, you avoid that by. Oh, you're not taking up time. This is the whole reason we have the stream is for people to ask questions, so don't feel bad.
Definitely not taking up time. This is
Yeah,
this is what we want. We want these conversations. So
yeah, it's way more interesting when we get like the chat involved with stuff. But as a side note, Anthony, I was gonna say, is this giving you any PTSD?
why?
You don't
What?
recognize this?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Why does this look so familiar? Why are we
so
running like
for
this?
So for those that don't know, when we took over the Empire project, um, the entire thing was written using these command loops in like extremely nested and intertwined ways, and it was a nightmare to undo it. It worked really well for what they were doing at the time, but when we were trying to add more capability, it necessitated like a rewrite of the entire code base to like disentangle these command loops because we want to make it multi-operator, and you can't do these command loops and have multiple operators at the same time. And so,
Yeah. Vince isn't on the stream, but he helped with that a lot.
yeah. Okay, so it looks like everything's in Beacon Pack, so we need to go look at that now. But this is looking promising for us to modify.
I said that about run PE at 1.2.
I mean, that's fair.
I said that about a lot of things. A lot of half finished projects.
Okay, I might have taken that back. I might have to take back what I just said. Oh, actually, oh no. Does he have this written? Oh, this is like the hard work. If we can convert this.
Convert it to what?
Oh, Iron Python.
Well, do we have to convert it? Why don't we just run it as Python?
Well, it has to run in our Iron Python stuff, right?
Modify. Welcome to the cyber community. Everybody just borrows from everybody else's work. We do, however, do a really good job citing where we get things from. So I try to give credit where credit's due, wherever possible. So you notice, like all the modules, like we link to the source code, and then like we give credit to it. And
Yeah.
look, and Lauren joined us. Welcome, Lauren. Always a sipping session. So grab a bottle
Yeah.
of whiskey, sip whiskey, and watch us screw up writing code badly every time.
So, to that point, Anthony, this guy didn't write this code. This is a different.
Oh, this is even a different person.
Yeah, he just jacked this file.
See,
I mean, he kept the attribution in here, so that's cool.
that's the important part. So good on him.
Hey, don't say Kirkland's special like it's a bad thing. They actually make some pretty good whiskey.
I was going to say they outsource all their stuff, so some of the best wine and best whiskey I get is from Costco.
Yeah. But yeah, we do try really hard to make sure we give proper attribution to people. We've had one or two people take issue with the way we've done stuff, but for the most part, people have been happy. Um, but we try.
Yes.
But no, this appears to be. We'll have to look at it a little more. This appears to be the whole PE memory map
Ah,
file, which is
nice.
the hard part of doing BOFs. Because
Yes.
so I talked about it a lot last week during the stream. Anthony wasn't on, and I don't know if everyone on the stream right now was on.
You can watch last week's though.
But BOFs are basically what they're doing is being so when you compile code, it does two things. It converts the code um, into the actual assembly code that the machine can execute. And then the second part it does is what's called linking, which is linking the various pieces of code once they've been converted um, into that machine code to know where each other are. So like when you have like a C project that has a bunch of DLLs that you're compiling, it's linking all those DLLs so that when it says, like you imported a header file, it knows where that code is in relation to the rest of the projects within memory. Cough objects and subsequently like what BOFs are doing is acting as the linker. They're reading all the pieces of code of the PE file, loading them into memory, and then doing that linker part themselves. And so parsing the PE file and doing that linker part is the like hard part magic behind BOFs/COFs, which are like a Windows file. And because we're doing the linking ourselves, that's what makes us position independent because we no longer need to know where prior to starting the program, we don't need to know where things are going to be in memory because we're doing all the linking ourselves. And so parsing the PE is like the hard part, and doing all that linking. Like the actual code execution is like kind of just executing shellcode.
Maybe I'll publish the PE runner now
You
on
should.
Friday. Best time to publish any security thing is Friday afternoon, right before a weekend. Even
Yeah,
better
it makes the
before a
blue
long
team
weekend.
really like you when you do that.
New tools always come out on Fridays.
Just to really help the blue team out, release it on a Friday. There has to be a way to. I remember reading something on how you could create essentially a path, and okay, let's see if I just prompt ChatGPT using Python, create an in-memory file that has a callable path. But does temp file write to disk? Yep, it does. It's created. Yeah. So the one flaw. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I apologize. It says the one flaws. Uh, said he tried to do a BOF cough loader himself, and it was really hard. It's like, yeah,
It's not easy. That's why, like the loader we use, I think Netitude wrote in that we use in Empire. It's called Runoff. It's written all in C#. That one's a really good one. This one's built off of the one that Trusted Sick built, their cough loader. Um, you know, I'm gonna lever if somebody else has already done all the hard work, I am gonna leverage that hard work as much as I can. Also, I'm in the opinion it doesn't help me to build the same product that somebody else has already built because I'm probably not going to do it better. And why does there have to be 10 different versions of the same thing?
So this ChatGPT thing is kind of useless, but it does have this interesting thing that here that says like most Python libraries accept file like objects instead of file paths. So we might just be able to pass the object directly instead of passing the file on the command line.
Interesting.
Yeah, so getting into modifying, like rebuilding and all that stuff's like an interesting thing. Because I had oh my god, totally blanking on his name. It wasn't Jack. It was one of the guys over at the 57th, Anthony, one of the civilians. But he talked about basically like there's like 3 or 4 levels of like TTP or like capability, like sophistication. There's like script kiddies, and then from script kiddies you get into like modification, like so using other people's work like Legos and building your own stuff, and then getting to like your custom stuff. And they said that like 99% of people are just operating on that Lego concept. So it doesn't mean that you're not advanced. It's just like you're not generating the initial concepts. Kind of interesting. Okay. Let's go back to this code. And if anyone wants to work on anything different, please let me know. Like Anthony, if you want to change this over to something.
I'm putting up a pull request for removing the duplicate lines of code. So if all you want to see me do is write git commands, which we know Jake doesn't know, by the way.
I was gonna take offense to that, but I can't because I royally screwed up the repo last week, and Vincent had to save me. So
Hey Jake, do you want to tell us a story about it, or do you want me to say it? Okay, I'll tell the story because it's way funnier. So there I was. I was checking some pull requests that were up on GitHub. So we have a private repo that we use to like do development. That's where we push like our early release stuff for anybody who does the sponsorship program for Empire. And I'm checking pull requests, and I'm like, Jake, I see your pull request up, but it's empty. And he's like, no, it's not. Here's the files. Don't you see the files? And I'm like, yes, Jake, I see the files, but they're not in the pull request. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with it. We should just merge it. And we're going back and forth. He's like, I insist, like the files are in there. I don't know why. Git must be messed up. Vincent then chimes in, Vinny Bod, and he's like, somebody pushed to the master branch. And not only that did they push to the master branch, they merge our sponsor branch with our public branch. And now the entire Git repo is screwed. And then Jake responds with, well, it definitely wasn't me. Which then Vincent then responds back with a picture that has Jake's name on all of it. So Vince then had to then spend the next couple hours going through and reverting these
it wasn't hours. It
commits.
took him like 10 minutes to fix it because it was a
10%
very
truth.
simple
This
revert.
is 10% truth on this story. Actually, no, this story is like 95% truth. Let's be honest. But he spent the next, I'm still going to say 5 hours because it's probably 5 minutes, reverting his changes, but absolutely hilarious. I think we already posted it two times ago, but the Git meme of not understanding how to use Git is just hilarious because I feel like nobody does. And just because
Git is like
we have to
legitimately
poke at
confusing.
CrowdStrike again, I'm pretty sure somebody messed up Git, and that's why CrowdStrike went down.
So this is like a core part of the capability. It's like another person's thing that he did, which is this like Python memory module. I don't know. I
Oh,
started
we use
trying.
so that Python memory module actually is what I use parts of that for the run PE.
Oh, you do?
Like,
So you're already familiar with this project?
yes. So actually, I'm already using parts of that.
Oh, cool. Okay, so then I don't have to spend too much time doing
Yeah,
this.
that's how we load. That's how we load the essentially unmanaged code in memory, right? That's
Yeah.
that is what that project was built for, which is
Oh,
great.
then this is like really simple. All he's doing is using is using that thing to load the conf loader, and then the conf loader, and then that to also map the conf file. Yeah, so it's just he's just using that. That's all he's doing.
So could we just use the run PE thing I built?
Maybe we actually might be able to just use your run PE thing.
Well,
Based on what I'm seeing here, although Vincent says he doesn't like comments in code, but now I have no idea what this guy's doing
no, it's not that
because
he
there's
doesn't.
no comments.
It's not that he doesn't like comments. It's just when your comment says like API call here, and you're like, thanks, that's not helpful.
Okay, so he creates a callback
Empire
here.
agent starts here, and the function is what we called empire.agent.start.
That's not what I did, liar.
So the one said he works at a bank, and they used I almost said Cobalt Strike because my mind CS is Cobalt Strike to me every time. CrowdStrike. I'm sure today was an awful day, but probably not as bad as the as like Cobalt Strike's team's having today though. They
CrowdStrike.
have
Did it again.
like CrowdStrike day. They're having a terrible day today.
Wait, so
Oh
when you use the Python memory module, you can call the loaded DLL as a Python object at that point?
well, you're gonna make me expose my code of things that I haven't published yet. So let me pull it up. You guys get to see a tool I've been working on that I haven't quite released yet. On a Friday. I'm not publishing it, not until like at least 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. Okay, let's see. Can I do my camera? Okay, we're getting a new territory. Present. Extra camera, video, share
No,
screen.
you share screen. Unfortunately, we can only share one screen at a time. It's really annoying. It's the one limitation about the StreamYard that I don't love.
Oh, I'm on like an ultra wide, so I apologize that
Yeah,
that.
you might want to hide your Discord.
Oh well, now everybody gets to see what Kevin said. How do I? Nope, that's not working. How do I change? Nope, that didn't work either. Let me try this again. Stop. Present again. This is why you do these things and I don't. Share screen again. There we go. Everybody got to see my terrible desktop where I have everything on it because I'm that person. So here's the loader that I have that I've built. It does a bunch of shenanigans. So what part are you asking for specifically?
So I just the way he's calling it. Oh, I don't have my file sharing. The way he's calling it, he uses Python.memory module
Yep, here's memory module right
to
here.
pass in the conf loader, which is just data again. So we don't
Yep.
actually need the file on disk, so we can pass in the data. So that's
So
cool.
if you see my screen, I have that function highlighted right now.
Hold on, let me.
Memory module.
Can you zoom in a little bit? Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, but so once you create the memory module, he's treating the DLL as like a Python object. He just does DLL like .get proc address, or is that a part of the memory module code?
.proc address.
Yeah, it's .get underscore proc underscore address underscore raw.
Say it again. Proc dot what?
So it's .get underscore proc underscore addr.
No.
Yep.
Get.
Oh, it's right there. Okay, so it's a part of that. It's not the okay. So it's not the conf file. But let me share my screen again because I just noticed this.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on.
There you go.
Okay. So we 100% don't need the files on disk because right here all he's doing is reading them and loading them into memory.
Nice.
So we 100% don't need it in on disk. We can convert this to be a in-memory thing. We just have to pass in these two data objects.
Yeah, I assumed because I mean that's the way I wrote mine.
Yeah,
I have
which
it.
means
I have it so you can pass in a base 64 encoded string, and that's what we use is the base 64 encoded string.
yeah. So we just need to convert. So after this is the only part that we would have to convert then.
Well, how much code is it? Is it just? I'm just wondering. Oh, that's it. Okay.
It's not long at all because the other code is just that is the memory module code.
Which I already have in here. Can you try loading the COF loader with Iron PE?
With run PE.
Iron PE.
Oh, Iron PE. Yeah, can you send me drop me? Is it? Did you push it to the Iron offense?
No,
repo?
it's not going under that.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
It's something you already have access to.
I'm sure I already have access to it. I just need the link again.
You do need the library file, FYI.
Which library file?
It's called library.
Oh, okay. Actually, I guess I'll just log in under this. Because if that works, then we can just use the. I know. You need to log in. We can just leverage your run PE and the
Iron
trusted set
PE.
COF
Come
loader,
on, we're
right?
way better
Or
than
Iron
that.
PE, sorry. Iron PE and the trusted set COF loader, and then we're good to go. I mean, it's kind of the lazy way of doing it, right? But it does work.
So, is it lazy though? I mean, it's transparent to the user, right? That's the thing. Like,
yeah,
we're reusing one tool, so we don't have to put two tools into the framework, and the one tool does it all. It just requires us writing a function in the background, which, I mean, how many of the users are actually going back and reading the code? I'm going to say close to zero.
Close to zero.
For better or for worse. One, it means I can do whatever I want in the code base. What?
Your code gets blocked.
What do you mean it gets blocked? Well, just unblock it. Hit the triple dots.
Trying. Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Apparently my application's unsafe. It's not even published yet.
Oh, it's just because you're downloading it as a file from GitHub.
Oh, well, that's why.
Yeah. I know it's been a while, but I was doing something, or when I was testing your stuff. Microsoft has a detection specifically for SharpHire, and it says SharpHire in the Windows Defender thing. And I don't know if I should. It kind of feels cool to know that I created a thing that Microsoft has specific detection against, but it's also kind of not a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you should feel good about that one.
Hey, we're all advertising our stuff as malware development now.
Yeah, a couple years ago, a little bit more questionable. Nowadays, people are a little bit more open about it. So the world has changed a lot.
The world has changed a lot.
Jake, you got a question? I put it up. What is your thoughts of people pushing AV and EDR to be only user land on Windows systems?
So that's why Cobalt Strike happened today. Because it's not user land.
Yes.
So we were joking about it. I don't know if you were on here before, but there's actually a history to this. PatchGuard became a thing back in the early 2000s that prohibited like random programs from hooking into the kernel from Microsoft. One of the biggest drivers of that was the fact that every AV vendor on the planet was doing kernel injection into Windows and making it like crazy unstable. That's why Windows had the blue screen of death like meme like that everyone knows about, or at least people our age know about from like Windows XP and Vista, was because programs could just inherently inject into the kernel. So devs would do that because it made their life easier for doing certain memory manipulation stuff. But it created this instability in Windows. So Microsoft was like, okay, you guys are ruining our reputation as a good OS because you besought us all the time. We're going to ban that. We're going to make the system more stable by introducing this patch guard thing. It made Windows 1,000 times more stable, but now you have all the problems with like that's why AMSI patching is a thing, is because AMSI is userland. That's why NTDLL like API unhooking is a thing, is because they can't directly hook into the kernel calls for certain functions. So you can unhook the NTDLL APIs. It's a trade-off between stability and reliability of the OS and security of the OS or security of the AV products. It's actually the if you go look at, because I can talk about this now. Anthony might not like it, but if you go look at military systems, specifically like avionics, they're dealing with the opposite problem right now. Basically, they prioritized or coming from the other side where everything's super restrictive, they prioritize reliability of the system over everything else. Because when they built them, like the mil standard 1553 bus that's used for like all aircraft in the military, was built around reliability and predictability of the system. And so there is like no authentication. There's no like very little error handling, or well, there's some error handling, but it's mostly just bit orientation checking to make sure that your code's not corrupted. But there's none of that stuff, which has created super reliable platforms from a safety standpoint. But now that like cyber is evolving, and they have like people are looking at the idea of like trying to corrupt an avionics component to start injecting bad commands onto a bus. There's no way to detect those because everything's been forced to userland. So it's a balance between stability and usability and security, just like always. But okay, so I got your iron PE.
I sent you a link, by the way, Jake, if you want to look at it. If you just stay on that page, the Iron PE page, click on example, and click on my one example. It's the same thing he did. It was almost.
Yeah, basically.
Apparently, we already had this written.
Yeah, so it's essentially doing the same thing. I mean, so we'll still need so it won't be like 100%. We'll still need this code right here for the BOF stuff.
Yes. We need the packer.
Yeah, we need the beacon pack. We need this part of it.
But still. I might be able to pull that out and put it into essentially do a spin-off of this with his code to make it all in line.
Right. And then it becomes like really pretty easy. Trivial to deal with.
Yes.
So yeah, interesting. But okay, so let me go to.
Well, I'm gonna finish up Iron PE and get that out for you.
Since did I download this already? I got distracted. I did. Okay. Did I? Okay. So we got Iron PE here. Oh, you already have Mimikatz in here.
I do. Okay. I make it as easy as possible.
Oh, so I can just go modify. Let me go grab the cough loader, and we just drop the cough loader file in there. They're using a slightly older cough loader because when I tried to build the cough loader, it wouldn't compile properly.
Wait, like trusted sex wouldn't work?
Yeah, like using it will compile. That's not the right thing to say. It will compile. I'm sure it will compile on a Linux system. It wouldn't compile with my MinGW install. Okay. Rephrase that way. Probably user error because I'm so bad at it's C code. I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. Yeah. So we got our deal. So have you tested your run PE with
With Mimikatz?
DLLs
No, I've only done it with
or your IMPs?
Mimikatz and
Okay.
a couple other small ones.
So how will we know if it works?
Which part?
If Iron PE actually runs the cough loader, because we have
Shouldn't
to
it
then
pop
test
up that
them.
beacon
No,
thing?
that's his command loop.
Does cough loader have any inputs that we can test?
Maybe. Let me go pull up Trusted X cough loader.
That's what, yeah. Uh, might have to just build the whole thing at once. Pass the argument help and see if it does anything. I was hoping Kevin was just going to tell us.
Oh no, maybe it does. No, it just say beacon help. Okay, no, so it looks like okay, we'll see.
Give it a shot.
Oh no, he has a. They have the cough loader is using Python.
To build the beacon files, yeah. Like not the beacon file, sorry, the beacon packer.
Yeah.
So we'll have to. We already have a beacon packer that I built, so we can do something similar to that.
Oh, you built a beacon packer? I didn't realize that.
How do you think we pass our arguments into runoff?
I thought Runoff did it.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm moving on to my second bottle of whiskey.
People build half-built tools, and then I actually have to fix them.
I know. So I'm moving on to this, which is a really cool bottle. It's Ghost Hills Texas Bourbon.
Hmm.
It's a so my dad's a part of the Dallas Bourbon Club,
Nice.
which is really cool. He's actually so if you're into bourbon, the Dallas Bourbon Club has become like kind of like the most exclusive bourbon club to get into. My dad was like member number 3. He knows he met the guy that started it bought his my dad's company. And part of the acquisition of the company was my dad negotiated that he got to be a member of the Dallas Bourbon Club.
Nice.
But this is a pick from like 5 or 6 years ago that was really good. And again, my brother doesn't drink his whiskey fast enough, so now I'm drinking it. Mostly because he doesn't have friends over to share it with.
That's fair.
He doesn't take bottles to bottle shares and have a whole bottle get drank in one night. Someone said that we moved from modifying other people's code to modifying our own code. Yeah, basically.
Hey, we already built the tool we needed, so
The funniest instance of that was Secure This Shit, where we stole something from him but modified it slightly, and then he liked our modification, so he stole it from us and integrated it back into the original project.
that one was funny. Well, to be fair, the line of code that we added in to do the display, we stole from somebody else too.
Oh, that's true. We did steal that too. Yeah. It was just like 4 people's codes like mismatched together. I did hit the timer on my dev box that time. Oh, well, everyone's gonna see that my dev box password is password. Okay, we're back up. Actually, let's go see if we can download. Has anyone ever? Have you ever seen anyone try and do like an inception with VMware of installing VMware inside of VM?
I think it gets mad because of the hypervisor.
Does it get mad?
I think it does.
Oh, I want to know how many levels deep. I want to see someone install it like 4 levels deep.
Just run Dockers inside of Dockers.
I mean, basically the same thing. Nope, still broken. Due to ongoing technical issues as of July 15th. Downloads for VMware and Parallels. Where's Ray so that we can yell at him? But this is why I'm using a broken, or not a broken, but a dev VM with a timer on it right now, because I can't download a new one. So did anyone else have issues on today with CrowdStrike? My brother is in Europe and still hasn't gotten on his flight that he was supposed to be on.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. But okay, so we're back open with this. We were working on the Iron PE. Well, let's just run Iron PE with the cough and see what happens.
Okay, I'm transferring ownership of my repo over to the BC Security one, Jake.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that with the Iron Offense one too.
I'm sure you'll mess it up.
Once we make it public. I'm sure I'll mess it up, but then Vincent will fix it
Just
for
let,
me.
well, no, that's one we can't fix. You might want to let us do that one.
Wait, why can't you fix it?
Because if you transfer it to the wrong person, then there's no reverting it back.
Wait, really?
Yup, it's in the warning.
I'll just transfer it to Vincent and then blame him.
All right, we're making it public right now, Jake.
Sure, go for it.
And then you're gonna tweet out about it.
On Monday.
Oh, then I'll wait till Monday. Nobody gets to see it till Monday.
Oh, we might be able to test it this way, Anthony. Oh, can I? No, I have to load it in memory, right? I can't just pass in the. Yeah, we'll just pass in help and see what happens. Oh, but that's not really how the command works, is it?
What?
You pass in the DLL name?
Yeah, you have to because of the way some of these things get constructed. If you look at my example, I did the same thing.
Okay.
It's
No,
all
but that's an
depends on how the
EXE.
C code is written because sometimes you have to give the file name first, and that's the first argument, compared to other ones depending on which API they call. It doesn't use the file name as the first argument.
So does run P or Iron P? Can we define custom entry points, or does it have to have a main?
What do you mean?
Like, how does it know the entry point for the DLL? Like, what API to pass into?
I don't know. I don't remember. You're asking me about code I wrote like 6 months ago and I forgot about. It's a great question. Well, how does the DLL know how to run?
The DLL has an entry point that you call. Mimikatz has a main entry point.
Well, yes, but I'm saying how does he call CoffLoader in his?
He uses memory. He gets the proc address for run and add. So he loads it. Doesn't. He opens the file, gets the data, passes in the data with no arguments, and then uses that get proc address raw.
Got it. So he's loading it without executing it.
And then he creates the callback here.
Mm-hmm.
To make it callable. I see how this is working now.
That's. I was going to say there's. Yeah, and then by default, BOFs use Go, so they're using Go as your entry point for that part.
Well, so here's his load and run.
Yeah.
So do we need to even use your iron PE, or can we just modify this?
Well, the way he has it written, we will have to make updates to it anyway. And
Yeah,
if you scroll
but
to
all
the
we have to
top,
do is
there,
change this part to be
no,
to accept.
scroll to the top. See how he's importing all those packages? Some of those packages we don't have.
Well, we don't need
Specifically,
this. This is just the user interface. So that's gone.
specifically the Python memory module. So
But you're already using it.
I'm not. Look at my code. I heavily modified it to make it Iron Python compatible, and it's
Okay. So iron
in
PE.
the project.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So let me go see. Do you still have that get proc address thing, or are we gonna need that to add that to iron PE?
I don't know. You'll have to look.
Okay, let me go look. Nope, it's right there. You got it. Okay, cool. So you still have it in here. So we can just use your iron PE as essentially the memory module. So
Yes. The only
let
part
me
I haven't
modify.
finished is the PE file thing because that's required for Python memory module to work.
Wait, sorry. Say that again.
So if you look, there's a folder called library.pe file. That was the last thing that I was trying to convert that I wasn't able to finish. That requires these three things that I wasn't able to convert.
Which one?
These things. Specifically,
These three things.
yes, PE file, which relies on those other two.
So these aren't converted to Iron Python.
They are. I'm saying they're not embedded in the same file like the other ones.
Oh, so that was part of what I like with going back to the memory, to the zip file memory thing. That's part of the reason I want to explore that was we should be able to theoretically um, just dump these into that's like use, since we have a zip file in memory that we're already pulling from as part of our path,
Mm-hmm.
add these to that location by writing to them.
I mean, the alternative is we just pre-upload them because we send our library with us anyway.
True. It just, and I guess these are what they're 286 kilobytes and 18 kilobytes.
Yeah, that somebody's going to lose their mind over it.
Yeah. So we could just add them in there, especially if we're going to make it a core part of our TTPs, right? There's no reason not to add it in.
Yes.
Okay. So I wonder. Okay, let's do something on the fly here. Let's just cut cut and paste this over into the example file and start. Oh, this is his main loop. Okay, so we don't need this. Do add W string. So we are gonna have to build a parser.
I already said I had a parser.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't need this this command loop thing. We just need this. Yeah, we just need bacon pack. I think that's all we need.
Do you call it bacon pack?
Beacon. It would be fun to call it bacon pack though. But I don't know. Okay, the one thing I don't know is, do you know what this? No, wrong file. Oh, and then we need. I don't know what this bin ASCII is, or if we need it.
I don't know either, but I'm gonna bring over my code and get my code working in here first, and then I'll worry about that one next.
Bring over your code for what?
into whatever this is, the into Empire.
Oh, okay. I was never able to get this type of callback to work. It's interesting that it worked for him. I had to do this the other way. I guess maybe I will. Maybe I'll have to modify that. We'll see. Wouldn't it be fun if we got a BOF loader going in 2 hours of our stream? Wouldn't that be cool?
A little ambitious.
I believe.
I believe in a lot of things.
I believe. Stream believes. Okay, and then we just need. We're gonna do this again with whatever. With our. Who am I? Let me go copy that over. I don't want to work the first time because then I can never give a live presentation ever again because I'll have used all of my karma with the demo gods if I somehow got this to work on the first time. But now I have something to use on the train to play with on the train tomorrow, Anthony.
Well, good luck. We'll see if it works.
That is the most skeptical thing. You had so much skepticism in your voice.
I don't believe anything ever.
I'm offended.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's totally gonna work. There's no way this will fail.
It's 100% foolproof. Nothing's ever been as certain as this working.
See if I can have this module ready to go for Iron PE in like a minute and a half.
I mean, that should be the case. The YAMLs are so easy to use now.
They are very easy.
Okay, so we have our beacon path. Oh, I do have to create this buff run thing. He does that. He gets it. You get the proc address. Wait, where's run cough defined? Oh, run cough is our callback with the proc address. Okay. Um, so I think we just call this.
Sorry. Uh, so, so the one is he's very offended that you're using Notepad instead of a real IDE.
Just because a real IDE doesn't exist for Iron Python.
Yeah, the real the IDE and the debugger and all that stuff support doesn't work in IronPython, which is really unfortunate. But I agree, it is extremely painful to look at. It's better than using regular Notepad though. And just to be clear, most of Empire was written in a Notepad, mostly because me and Jake didn't know how to use IDEs.
It wasn't written in Notepad. That's a lie. It was written in Mouse.
Mousepad, sorry. That's a red flag. I don't do it anymore. And he's in white mode. That is a red flag, though. I agree. He needs to be in dark mode.
How do I change it to dark mode? I'll change it.
It's probably like under view.
Yeah, GPT will tell me how.
Oh, Jesus. Come on. You can do it. You can use your brain.
Notepad++ lied to me. There's no settings. Oh, there it is. There we go. Everyone happy now?
I feel like it's harder to read now.
Although you say it's a white flag, but I will say we told Vincent that Starkiller had to have dark mode, and he was very, very against it. And the first comment on Starkiller when he published it was, "Why is there not a dark mode?"
That is very true.
Okay, so we have exe content. We have this. This, I don't know why I keep opening it. This is our buff content. Args is going to be, we don't need to add args. We have py callback defined. We defined this. We have beacon pack. Okay. Theoretically, this should run.
Okay. Let's see it.
Wait, no, how do I print the, so that's, how do I get the results? Let's see. No, he doesn't have results. It looks like run cough just prints it out. Okay. Let's see. We're taking bets. What are the odds you giving me on this running, Anthony?
100 to 1.
That's it? I only get 100 to 1?
I mean, anything more than that, I'm going to be poor.
I
I mean, it's probably like 1,000 to 1, so it's a great bet for anybody that's going against you.
know.
There's no way this runs though. I mean, I hope it runs.
Hmm?
What?
Why
I
didn't
didn't
that
say.
work?
I was right. Well, because you have Iron PE at the top.
What?
Why do you have Iron PE in there? Or are you trying to run it with Iron PE?
I'm trying to run it with Iron PE.
Okay.
Like your example.py.
You in the right folder?
I am in the right folder. Example.py. Or do I need to move example.py into the same
We have to be in the
same
same folder.
That's annoying. I know there's a way to fix that, but I don't feel like doing it. Well, I can't find the PE file module.
So, how did you do your? Go back to your code. Go to the top.
Did it like you did your example?
I don't know.
Does
Works
your
on my
example
machine.
even work? Does your example even work?
Did you even run the example?
No, because you told me it
Immediately,
worked.
immediately starts blaming the developer and hasn't even tested the example file yet. I see how it
You,
is.
you told me that the example file worked.
I didn't say the example file worked. I said IRPE works.
Yeah, based on your example.py working. Yeah, see your example doesn't even work.
Let me see your folder again. Open that file.
This file?
Yeah,
It's right here.
it's in there. I blame the user. It works on my computer.
I want to share your screen and prove it.
I'm working on something else.
You're a liar.
I mean, run Iron PE. Just straight Iron PE, and see if that works.
It won't do anything, will it?
Try it. Like, see if it works. Like, even runs. Maybe it's the fact that you're using the full address.
Shouldn't.
You say shouldn't. We've seen weirder things.
How do I spell it?
Extremely easily.
Why is it not auto-completing then?
I don't know. Your computer's broken?
Oh no, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, I can't find your library.pe file.
Try it without doing the full path.
I can't.
I,
I mean, I guess I can copy
okay.
paste all these files over.
Okay. Well, then I will show that mine works.
Okay.
I will send you a screenshot. But I'm just saying, like it runs.
Can you
So
show where you have the files loaded?
you don't want me to work on the Empire module anymore? That I was
No, I don't.
halfway through.
Not right. Not at the moment.
there's that file. That one.
So what's everyone got going on this weekend? Anything interesting? Ugh.
Let's see.
Oh, whoops! I did not mean to do that.
1 second, I'm almost done.
It's taking so long because you lied to me. It doesn't actually work.
Because I lied to you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the PE file in here, so I had to put the PE file in again. That might be why. I didn't think that part through, apparently.
Which PE file?
Literally the folder that's supposed to be in there that's called there's supposed to be a folder if you're running it directly from the file, the one that's called library becomes goes into your other library, I believe. Does that make sense?
No, that did not make sense to me.
Okay, well,
So you're saying like move these files up?
yes, is what I believe I was supposed to do. Apparently I didn't have good instructions.
There should be. You shouldn't need to do that. It should be able to find that lib. It's like that's how memory Python thing works. Like, let's go. If I go look at that other guy's repo.
Yeah, I think I'm about to make one line change. Darn. I think it almost ran by itself.
Oh, I think let's see. I might be able to fix it a different way. I think you have to know the folder structure, and you can do import. Oh, but it doesn't help me to import it from here.
Hold on, I think I almost have it.
Okay.
I think I know where I messed up. Save, run. Yep, I did exactly what I said don't do. Okay, so Jake, in here, remember I had lib.p file?
Yeah.
So if you're running it as an independent project, you can do that way. You can't do it that way for Iron Python. For some reason, I had to put the file. If you look at my library here,
At the
and then
top level.
yes, and then the library is in here with those files.
Oh, it has to do with the path.
Isn't that what I said originally?
Yeah. Maybe.
I
I don't want to hear your sap.
feel like I said path.
I don't want to hear your
But
saps.
so let's see if this all works. Let's see. Do I have Mimikatz on my computer? Because if I do, praise be. Okay. Yep. I have Mimikatz here, so I should be able to do file. I can do Mimikatz, and then we need to do our arguments. So it'd be tac c. So that uses the weird parsing. You have to say Mimikatz .exe, and then we can say coffee exit. And then if this works, I'm a genius. I'm not a genius. I suck. We got it. We got it partially working. Unimplemented elementary type signature. I feel like that's a lie.
Oh no, I think you're doing this mostly. Like, hold on. Let's see if we can do it this way. np.lib.pe file.
I was so close.
But here, hold on. No, I'm just because I want to see if this works. We're just gonna do import PE file as PE and save.
Wait a bit. It's Mimikatz. I might have to run it as root, maybe. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's line 800?
No module named. Why
Yep,
is
that's a
Iron
virtual.
Python?
That's a virtual protect error. So
Wait, I don't even
run
see you
everything as
importing that.
admin. Problem solved. Make sure I'm actually putting this in
Why is
correctly.
Iron Python not working?
Huh?
I don't know why Iron Python's not respecting the path like it's supposed to.
Shopify.
Oh.
Yep, that's what it was, Jake. So see how it ran? It's because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't root, so it failed the virtual protect. So success! We did it! I don't know if Kevin's on here, but Kevin, we just ran Mimikatz using this loader. Now I'm just waiting for Windows to decide to delete everything off my computer. Because let's see, I made sure Defender is on now. Let's see if it flags it. Yep, it doesn't flag it. So, and that's without running a bypass. Yay!
Yeah, that's pretty legit. But hold on. Is it still on web? Okay. Let me try this real quick and see if I fix it with this.
And you need to share your screen.
Oh, I forgot you were sharing your screen. My bad.
I mean, everybody can keep looking at me running Mimikatz. That's cool too. So someone said, when in problem, do ChatGPT. The answer is always ChatGPT. Especially in Python. It is very good at Python.
It's also like surprisingly good at Windows APIs. It's like really good at Win32 APIs. I don't know why, but it is.
It's trained on Stack Overflow, so apparently that helps.
But Stack Overflow sucks at that. You suck.
Not cooperating.
No. I don't know why it's not respecting file paths. Because it should. You should be able to do like lib dot whatever, like you did. Like it's doing. It should respect that. I mean, it probably doesn't Python. It's probably an Iron Python thing, but
I warned you.
ChatGPT is going to be useless here and tell me to do it the same way.
Of course it is.
Oh,
I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. So,
No,
and then expecting a
the,
different result.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't done the same thing over and over again. I forgot a step. It is by definition different now.
Is it?
Yep. You suck. Okay, well, to just test our jankiness. Oh, but there's a init file that we can't just change.
We can't.
No. Let me check this.
Mine's working now.
Yeah, because you put it all in your in your library thing.
What? Which thing?
In your like standard library instead of like trying to do it from a folder like you should be able to do.
Oh, I don't know. It works in. So going back to my other screen, like here, the way I have this one set up, and I will share my screen. This is running in normal Python, and I can go in and run this from normal Python without having those packages installed.
Okay, I fixed mine.
So,
but now it didn't like. Okay, so I couldn't find my cough loader file. Huh. It can't. It says that there's no cough loader, no such file or directory cough loader. .x64.dll, which is right here.
you might have to get the folder because you're running it from outside that folder.
No, I'm running it in that folder now.
Now you're running inside the folder?
Yeah.
I don't know then.
What if I get rid of this dot for whatever reason? I mean, I can give it we can put the full path in here. Just
No, I think the full path was the issue originally.
no, the full path wasn't the issue.
Okay.
Someone better at Python, tell me how to do this. It trips me up every time that there's not a rename anymore. There's that little tab thing at the top. Then I hit save. I don't know why the double dot would make a difference, but we'll try it. Wait, why does it still say? Did I change the wrong one? Or did it change the wrong one? Yeah, let's just get the full file path and see if that works. I don't know why it's not. It's from the same folder, so I don't know why it's not working. Yep. Okay. So full path works. Which this won't be an issue once we do the in-memory modification. We're just trying to see if we can get a cough to execute from IronPython. Oh, we just got someone asked, should I do OSCP or hack the box CPTS?
I don't even know what the hack the box CPTS is.
I was gonna say I don't know what that is. Oh. Okay, well, it didn't run. Oh wait. TOS callback executed, system access violation, attempted read or write. Oh, we got an error with our buffer size.
That's always fun.
But it found all the imports.
Making progress. Do you want to take a quick second, go back to his question about the certs?
Sure. Yeah, so it depends on what you're trying to do. GoPro Sloyo had a really good answer to this. If you're trying to get the cert to get hired, unfortunately, the cert game is as much about what HR recognizes versus what is actually good in the opinion of other offensive security people. And the OSCP will be recognized by HR. Because it's a well-known thing. It's been vetted. Like I used to work at Boeing. It takes them quite a long time to start adding certs to job recs and stuff because they have pre-approved things that qualify for people for certain job levels and stuff. So if your job is if you're using it because you're trying to break into the industry, OSCP is probably the better way to go. If you're doing it because you want to learn stuff, then the hacked box one, I don't know a ton about it, but I haven't heard anything bad about it, and seems like other people have heard good things about it. So it's probably more worthwhile from an actual education standpoint, because the other part about OSCP, in my personal opinion, is it kind of focuses on old school stuff. Like some people will write buffer overflows, but I can tell you I have never written an original buffer overflow in my life for an actual op. So I know they in the updates they de-emphasized. I believe they have de-emphasized that kind of aspect of it. But oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think so they don't do it at all anymore. Because I know that was like a huge part of it for a long time. And they did add Active Directory now, right? I haven't gone and looked at the OSCP since they published the new updates.
That's good. There's no more buffer overflows because I heard that was frustrating.
It was frustrating. It just like wasn't all that useful for like real world ops. It was kind of like prove that you know memory mapping stuff, which is valuable because that's like what we're running into right now is like memory manipulation stuff. But actual buffer overflows were like nothing I've ever done on a real op. So we corrupted memory somewhere. We broke a lambda.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
interesting. Oh, I have no idea which part of this broke. And this is because we don't have real IDE. This is where I get to go add print statements. Oh, wait, why do I have this memory module thing in here? This doesn't need to be in here.
Maybe that's breaking it.
No, I'm guessing since it didn't throw an error about not knowing where that is. Or, oh, no, that's fair. Let's try running it and see what happens now that I delete that. Oh, go Pro Slate. Yeah, we absolutely do not mind that you added us to a list of streamers. More, that's the whole reason we're doing it, is to get more visibility. So appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Hopefully it's entertaining. A lot of it's us messing around with code that
Doesn't
usually
work.
doesn't work. May never work.
Oh man, I have no idea how to figure out where this is breaking. Okay. I'm
Warped
like,
Road. So Lord had a really good response when he was doing DoD audits.
so we are streaming to YouTube. So we're using a really cool platform that we stole from, or not stole from because it's a service you pay for, but we used it with the Red Team Village when we did a broadcast, a webinar with them back in June, and they use this platform called Streamlabs, and it streams to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn all simultaneously for us. So we are using YouTube, and we're using all three of them. Actually, like from the analytics, actually looks like we get most of our viewers from Twitter, but I'm not convinced the Twitter thing is actually giving us like valid like live users. Because I would be shocked if we had 123 people watching
No,
or
I'm
116
convinced that the
people.
numbers are fake and they're all bots.
Yeah.
He would never do that to us.
I'm like, I guess it could be our callback that's broken. Because, like I said, this callback style didn't work for me. So maybe the callback is what is breaking our memory. Oh, whoops. I'm failing here.
You got about 4 minutes left, Jake. Can you do it?
I'm gonna go with no.
I should have done better than 100 to 1.
Yeah, that's why I didn't take the bet. Yeah, it's something in the Iron PE file. Oh, gross.
Good luck
Okay, let's
fixing
see.
that one.
Yeah, let's see if the Mimikatz file runs properly. So annoying. I don't know why my path stuff's not working. I blame Microsoft. Okay, Mimi Cats ran. So yeah, it's something weird with the DLL that we're trying to reload.
That DLL. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Well, now I found another bug with your iron PE, so I'll have to go figure it out.
You found another bug? It wasn't
Or, well,
designed for this.
I'm assuming that that's why the BOF runner breaks, because there's something wrong with your code.
With my code?
Yeah.
My code runs.
No, it doesn't.
What are you talking about?
I gave it a different DLL than you tested with, and now it doesn't work.
That
It's
doesn't
failing
mean
the
my
banana
code's
test.
broken.
It's failing the banana test.
That's no.
Yes. Okay, that debug statement is less useful than I expected. Actually, that seems like it's a different file. Do you know what file that is?
Which file?
It looks like it's. Is this not line code? Like which code line of code it's executing here?
It should be.
They don't make any sense because it's just peb files and structures. There's just two structures.
I don't know. I mean, try another executable, not a DLL.
I have no idea what that would be.
I don't know either. Somebody give us a random deal or random executable. We have. Oh, we're out of time. Something that's not malware. Go run explorer.exe or notepad.exe. There you go, Jake.
Like just try to load Notepad.
Yeah,
Do you know where
notepad.exe.
the exe is and like where it's
Just
stored on the
32.
file? What?
Just 32.
Is it in program files?
No, it's in your Windows folder.
Is it? Okay,
Yes.
we'll try this real quick and see what happens. And then we'll end the stream.
Yeah, he just gave it to you. Yeah. System. Yeah, Windows sys32 notepad.exe.
Okay. We're gonna watch your code fail.
Somebody asked if immersive labs is only for organization or individuals also take it. Do you mean use the platform? Because the platform's open, anybody can use immersive labs. The labs that we built inside of there are dedicated only to our course, though. It used to be Snap Labs. Yep. They got bought out and now they're immersive labs. I just make that notepad.exe, Jake.
I shouldn't need a command here, but we'll
Yes,
see
you.
what happens.
Well, we don't. I don't know how it's written unless you happen to know how it's written.
Oh, we should have used calculate. We should have used calc.exe. Oh wait, oops, I ran the wrong thing. Oh, it's not gonna work. Anthony's code is jank. It'll probably work. It's probably my code.
I mean, you're also not using the IronPE file. You're using a different one, which we said we're not. I'm not sure if that one was working properly, but yeah. Why don't you try the other one?
Which one?
Try iron PE, the
I am
actual iron
using
PE.
Iron PE.
You use an example.
So how would I run Iron PE?
Did you read the docs?
No.
You read the docs first. It's literally iron PE TAC F TAC C.
Okay. Oh, but now I have to get the full path again. I shouldn't need a command. Let's see what happens if I do it without a command. I shouldn't need one.
It all depends how they write it, Jake. That's the piece that dictates it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that Notepad was written without requiring a Oh, it doesn't look like it likes it if I don't give it a command. So try it.
Okay, well, let me pull it up. I'm not convinced that yours is working properly for some reason. Windows S32, Notepad.
Oh, so QRD asks, can he do, or they do labs as an individual, and can I take the course? Yes. So we have our Empire Ops course for individuals to take, and then we're working on potentially offering some more on-demand courses as well. And then we will be offering courses for individuals to sign up and take, like outside of Black Hat and stuff, later in the year.
Do you want to give him a link, just in case?
Yeah, I will drop the link.
And then while you do that, I am going to test this, and I will share my screen so everybody can see it fail.
No, it's gonna work. I'm sure I was doing something wrong.
What is it? It's what Windows slash system 32 slash notepad.exe. Execute will not be loaded. So a good chance that may just not work.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it. I mean, I'm sure what it is that Iron Python is even worse with its type definitions than Python is, and so I'm sure it's just it's probably just a definition mismatch that we need to go fix.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't load it.
Yeah.
Well, I tried.
But once we get this working, we'll
That's
have
why the tool's not released. It only works on Mimikatz. It's only a Mimikatz loader. That's all it does. What is my purpose?
No, it'll load other stuff, I'm sure. It'll be fine. We'll get it fixed. But thanks everyone for coming. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, hit us up on our Discord. Who are we rating? That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't know we had enough followers to rate anyone.
Well, is it that, or is he talking about World of Warcraft?
No, Twitch rating is a thing. Where you go give people like a bunch of followers to like help them out. Oh yeah, I can totally drop the Discord link. And yeah, so we will be streaming again next week, because the week we were supposed to be on the following week is going to be DEF CON or Black Hat. No, we'll be traveling to get to Black Hat to teach. So we will not be available to teach that week. So we're going to do next week as well. We're going to do back to back. We'll be doing 3 weeks in a row. It'll be kind of fun. There's our Discord. I'll start adding our Discord to like the stream headers. I forgot to do that.
All right, cool. Thanks. I'm dropping off.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one.